Hey guys, this is the PWBTAO, and today I'm doing a singles match, which is like OU and below, against a guy called ISDr from the PW chat. So he starts off with his Empoleon, I start off with my amazing Bronzong called Zizzlevac, and we both use Stealth Rock, I think it is, and I go for an Earthquake. Obviously that would have KO'd him normally, but that's normally, not now. So instead, he hangs on with a Focus Sash, which of course activates Torrent. And I got a crit, obviously, I didn't see that before. But either way, it activates Torrent, and he uses Surf, so this does a heck of a lot of damage, which is somewhat of a pain for me. So he's like using Surf, it takes me down to 82 HP as I read it there. So I use Bullet Punch and just finish him off. Sounds fair? Well, all's fair in Pokemon. Except for hacks. Anyway, he sends out Heatran, and I'm thinking, well, I don't think he'll do a fire attack in case of other Heatran. He'll go for a ground, so I send out my Fire Blade, which is a Flygon, and he uses Earth Power, like predicted. Of course, Levitate stops him from hitting me, so he sends out his Dragonite, which is a perfect counter for my Flygon. But I'm not really that dumb, even though I'm Choice Scarfed, so I switch out and I send out my Gyarados. Now, I love Gyarados to pieces. Well, this particular one, I've changed him since then. He is a standard Dragon Dance Gyarados, I think. I could be wrong. Anywho, Penis. He uses Dragon Claw, obviously trying to get as much damage on me as possible. But oh crap! Just dropped my stylus. Because I used Intimidate, the ability of Gyarados, on him as I switched out, he still had neutral attack, and Stone Edge almost KOs, which is a shame and surprising. And crap, I can't find my stylus. Oh well, I'll leave it. He uses Dragon Claw and KOs me again. So I just simply send out my Metagross and KO his Dragonite with Bullet Punch. And, oh my god, it has that. Oh no, wait, I found it. It's on my Polywallets. So he sends out Heatran, and I'm thinking, right, I'm gonna do exactly the opposite of what I did this time. I'm gonna stay in and Earthquake him. He went for a Dragon Pulse predicting Flygon. Good choice, but I was a bit smarter. Doesn't always work, and oh my god, look at the look on that. 1 HP. 1. Now that is luck. Anywho, Earthquake will KO, as you can quite clearly see. And I need some sort of like laser I can just like point out like what's happening on the actual game. That'd actually be quite good. I must try and consider that. I might use my mouse, but nah, sod it. He sends out Starmie, so I thought, well, I'm no way going to be quicker than it, so I use Bullet Punch. Priority move does a little bit, but overall it should be okay. Now, this is where I started to get a bit panicky. I wanted to find out like whether it was choice Scarf, choice Specs, or what. So I send out my Frizzles, which is my Gengar. I know, epic nicknames or what. And he uses Psychic, which means he is not choice Scarfed or Spexed or banded. I'm not quite sure why it'd be banded, but anyway. It does a fair amount, so I thought, fair enough. So I can send out my Flygon now, and I think I go for an Outrage. Or no, I go for a U-turn this time around, because I figured he was going to send something out, and I'm thinking, oh crap, it's a blooming Infernape, you know. And I'm like, oh god, I've only got Heatran and Breloom left, and Breloom isn't going to survive a flamethrower, and likewise Heatran won't survive either. So it was a toss-up between the two of them, and I decided to go with Breloom, hoping that it might survive by some amazing lucky chance, and of course it doesn't. If it did, I'd like just have spored or something, and then just piled away. You know, used focus punch or something or other. I don't know. Whatever you think would be best. Anywho, I send out my Flygon, and I just thought, sod it. Outrage. And that basically ends the battle, because I outrage for 3 turns, KOing his Infernape, his Starmie, and his Electivire, both of which he sends in after this. So overall, I'd say that was a brilliant match, ISDr. It was certainly a bit tricky for me, quite literally, considering some of my, well, I'm not really used to this team as of yet, so it's like predicting, like, what should I do if I do that wrong, like what can I do now, all that kind of stuff, so it is a bit tricky. Anyway, for those of you who are watching, feel free to check out PokemonWorld.co.uk. You will find me on the chat there, and who knows, maybe we can battle. I am looking for a never used battle. Anyone who's got NU Pokemon, please do contact me. Like, especially if you've got a team, because I battled a guy with my NU team who was using like OUs, didn't go too well. Anyway, I'll see you then. Bye bye.